Hey everybody, I got a box in the mail yesterday. I'm super excited about it. This is the first opportunity I've had to do an unboxing video since I received this box. I've just rolled out of bed. I look a mess. I don't particularly smell that good. I haven't showered yet. This is the most important thing I'm going to do all day. Everything else can wait. I got a box from Centipede Press, and there's something really, really special inside. I can't wait to open this up. So, blade, box, and while I am opening this, just below the line of the camera, what a great unboxing video, right? Where you can't even see what I'm doing with the box. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Centipede Press. So Centipede Press to me is like the definition of a cult, the publishing equivalent of a cult movie. They do amazing work. It's very specialized. It may not appeal to everybody. It's a little bit obscure. It's not always super easy to know how to do business with them. And that is what makes it so fascinating. That's what makes it so interesting, is that once you're in the cult, once you've swallowed the Kool-Aid, then you're in. And Centipede specializes in high quality reprints, high quality new editions of like obscure 70s horror paperback originals and sci-fi and just whatever strikes the publisher's fancy. And speaking of the publisher, so another thing that makes Centipede so unique, puts them over the top, is that, you know, most boutique publishing houses are not huge. They're not large operations, probably a handful of people. But Centipede is one guy who I always picture. He lives in Colorado, right? So somewhere up in the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, just this brilliant publishing madman with a beard, and he wears flannel, and he just produces these amazing works of art. And every single one is different from every other one. There's no like mold or pattern. Like for instance, on my Sun Tub shelf, mostly they line up and they look the same. They follow a basic pattern. The materials are different, the illustrations are different, but on the shelf they look very uniform. Centipede Press, not like that. You could have some of the biggest books you've ever seen right next door to small and skinny volumes. Anyway, one of their legendary releases from years ago was a signed limited and a gift edition of the illustrated version of Salem's Lot. Massive, massive thing. And it was thrilling, totally unexpected that back in December, they sent out word that they were doing another Stephen King in both an unsigned and a signed edition. And I was able to order both. So eventually I'm going to do a rare and remarkable video where I will have all of the states of a Stephen King limited edition, and I'm so stoked. So inside this big box, there's a big old wad of bubble wrap. I'm going to use my knife to cut that. Oh my. And then you undo the bubble wrap, which I will save for later when I'm shipping something out. Often happens with Centipede. The book is wrapped in leftover dust jackets. So Fritz Lieber Swords and Deviltry, Fritz Lieber Swords and Ice Magic, and Michael Moorcock's Elric Volume 6 Stormbringer. Very, very cool. Way to promote other things that Centipede has released. And also, it's this little card, fantastic Famous Fantastic Mysteries, Burn Witch Burn. I believe this is the jacket artwork of their recent release of Burn Witch Burn, which I did not order. I'm not very familiar with. But again, this is super cool. I can stick this on the wall or just stick it on the shelf, and just adds a little color. Ah, there it is. There it is. Fantastic. The Long Walk. The Richard Bachman book. Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman, The Long Walk. And this is the first limited edition release that The Long Walk has ever received. And I am stoked. It is the only Bachman book to break into my personal top 20 of all Stephen King books. In fact, in my current iteration of my top 20, The Long Walk is number 10. That's how much I like it. It's one of the first things that Stephen King ever wrote, and even though it was edited before it was eventually published, I mean, the quality right out of the gate is phenomenal. Another nice touch, the book comes pre-wrapped in Mylar. I don't believe I've ever purchased a book from any publisher that came with Mylar already applied to the jacket. They usually account for the fact that most people will want to apply Mylar, but this thing is already wrapped. So let's take a look at the jacket. It is double-sided. So this side simply is the same image without the text overlay. Wow, very cool. Might see if they have any spares of that. That would be a neat thing to frame and hang up on the wall. But there's the main jacket. Oh, this is so badass. Spine. Stephen King / Richard Bachman, both names equal billing on the spine. I love that. The Long Walk. There's the front, back cover. Man. End papers. Boy, that is crispy, hot off the presses. Man, I love this artwork. Introduction by Bev Vincent, Stephen King historian extraordinaire. I cannot wait to read that. Illustrated by Jim and Ruth Keegan. Photographs by Patrick Lohr. Published by Centipede Press. First published in July 1979 by Signet. Copyright, this edition copyright 2022 by Centipede Press. The Long Walk, an introduction in 3 parts by Bev Vincent. Ha! I love it. That is awesome. Then we get into the book itself. Very, very cool. Centipede does a great job with historical context, historical photographs, additional content to put the work in context. They are kind of like the Criterion collection of publishing. They go out of their way to just lavish special attention on some pretty obscure and notorious works. So this artwork is a photograph with content superimposed. Love that. What a neat touch. What a neat effect. Again, more photographs with superimposed text. Artwork interspersed within the text. Very, very cool. Oh my, oh my. So anyway, yeah, that is is really sharp. You can kind of hear it creaking as I'm flipping through it. The pages are fresh and hot off the press. More artwork interspersed throughout the text. Man. Ooh. What do they call that? The general? The colonel? I forget the name of the character. The major. The major. Anyway, man, fantastic. And this edition had a relatively high print run for an unsigned Centipede Press. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. 1,200, 1,400, something like that. But anyway, sewn binding. You can see the thread holding the sections of the book together. Man, high quality, top edge stain, satin reading ribbon, satin, silk. Anyway, nice. What a nice looking book. And the jacket artwork is awesome. Because I ordered both editions, the signed and the unsigned, I was anticipating they might wait to ship them both together, but that was not the case. I got a shipping notice for the unsigned, and at some point in the next few weeks, I suppose the signed will arrive in its own box. But anyway, I'll be back when that one comes in, and then I'll do a video of the two together and pop it in the rare and remarkable playlist. It's one of my favorite Stephen King books of all time, by far my favorite Bachman book, and it's in its very first limited edition release. That's pretty special. Centipede Press, if you haven't looked them up, you really should. Email the publisher, email the owner, Jerad, to get on their mailing list. Every Sunday morning, almost without fail, there's a new newsletter from Centipede, and it's full of interesting stuff. Facts about the press and what they're releasing, essays, historical, it's very much a community feel to the press, as it probably has to be, because it's basically just one guy doing everything all by himself. But as you can see, it produces fine work indeed. So anyway, so excited for this one. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.